Hi, my name is David Gilmore, and I teach in the middle school and the high school here at Union Grove. And we're making this video specifically for the 7th grade to try to give them some information ahead of time to prepare them for what's going to take place on Monday and the days following, because 7th grade is a year of transition. And so with the new COVID guidelines and different changes that we've implemented, we wanted to try to give you a little bit of a heads up and help you through some of these things. So when students arrive on campus on Monday, the 7th and 8th grade are going to enter the building through the double doors near the secretary's office. When they enter, they're to have a mask on, their temperature will be taken, then they'll be given information about what classroom to go to. In that classroom, they'll receive a packet that will have their class schedule. It will have other information that will come home to you as parents that needs to be filled out and returned as quickly as possible. And then from there, in that classroom, then they'll be given an opportunity to go to their lockers a few at a time to avoid crowding in the hallways and to set up their lockers. Parents and students alike in this grade need to remember that this is a year of transition. They're going from having just 2 teachers basically full-time to having as many as 5 or 6 teachers sometimes. And so they're going to have to be able to multitask and adapt to the teaching style and the expectations of each individual teacher. And we'll work through that with you for a while. First week will just be a time of adjustment. We do want you to do this for us, though. Please respect the after school and church time of our faculty. All of us have families, all of us have agendas outside of school, and so many teachers probably will give you like an office hours time. You know, I'm available until 5 o'clock and will respond to all emails before then, but after that, you're going to get a response probably the next day. We're all expected to respond within 24 hours by the administration. Teachers will offer after-school help, and that will be on their schedule, which might mean that a student might have to miss a practice or be late to a practice. So just understand that we're here to work. We're here to help you and to assist you in educating your child. And if you have any needs or issues or questions, please contact the teachers first before going to the administration. Many times those things can be solved just with a simple email or maybe a phone call. So beginning Monday, teachers will begin discussing policies and procedures for their classes. Textbooks will be issued, and just reminders. For everybody, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, PE uniforms are going to be available for purchase online, and they are required for PE. In the 7th and 8th grade, PE and health rotate on a 3-week basis. This year, the boys will start out in PE and the girls will begin in health. Then in 3 weeks, we'll rotate, and that will go that way for the whole year. If your student is participating in fall sports, there are forms that need to be filled out and completed. There's a meeting scheduled earlier in the week where you'll be given some information. But understand that all of this is for your protection and the protection of the student and the athlete. But some of it is also legal, and that needs to be taken care of. Most of the teachers in the middle school, especially in the 7th grade, recommend that your students have some type of a planner or homework pad. All of us are willing to sign it at the end of a class period. Please understand that we do not have the time to chase your student down if they forget to get it signed. Also, if you have them if you provide a planner for them or homework pad, please check it and make sure that when they get in the car to go home, they have the books that they need for the homework that's in the planner. If students miss a class for any reason, whether it's illness or early dismissal, sports, or a personal event, it's up to them to get the homework that they missed or the work that they missed. It's up to them to make up quizzes or tests that they miss, and that's to be at their own time unless the teacher designates otherwise. Parents, just a word of advice, monitor headmaster for grades. Their progress report is sent out in 4.5 weeks. That will give you an indication of where your student is for that quarter, but issues could arise before then. Again, maybe a simple email to conference to the teacher would suffice to fix those issues. Homework beginning in 7th grade is not on headmaster, so it is up to the students to write it down on a daily basis and to make sure that they have that. Book bags this year will be allowed in the classroom. Each student will be assigned a locker, but because we don't have shelving anymore in the bathrooms for book bags and other personal items, book bags will be allowed in the classroom. As having taught 7th grade for so many years, and because of the schedule here, I recommend that students in the 7th grade and the 8th grade carry enough books for their 2 classes. So when they come to school in the morning, get first and second hour, put it in your book bag. Then after first and second hour on a normal schedule, we have a break, and they'll be able to trade out books for third and fourth hour. And then after lunch, they'll be able to trade out again. That way their book bags aren't heavy and they're not bulky in the classroom, because book bags are going to be required to be kept underneath the desks. And that is a fire marshal issue. If we have a fire drill or a fire or any other type of emergency, we don't need students tripping over book bags and possibly injuring themselves or being hindered from getting out of the classroom. Lunches this year, at least to begin school, are going to be eaten in the classroom. Students will not have access to microwaves. Students will not have access to soda machines or anything of that nature. They need to make sure that they pack their lunch and a drink in their lunch because they will not be allowed to leave the classroom. So when lunchtime is when their next period is lunch, the classroom that they go to will be where they eat lunch, and they're to take that with them and eat lunch in that classroom. And but please understand, we're going to reevaluate this sometime after Labor Day and see if we're going to begin to offer lunch in the cafeteria. And then lastly, most 7th graders get in trouble in one of the following areas. Dress code, because it's different coming from the elementary into the middle school and high school. The expectation for guys is that they do have a collared shirt, that they are wearing a belt. Girls, that the pants aren't too tight, things of that nature. And again, we'll work with you the first week and just reminders, but dress code is a big thing. Homework and classwork. Many 7th graders are just forgetful. And on top of the fact that some have learning disabilities, and we deal with that, but tallies will be given for homework not complete or not turned in on time. It will affect them academically, and so please help us with that. Again, homework can be an issue. The fact that they come to class unprepared. With all of the COVID guidelines that we're having to follow, students are not going to just randomly be allowed to go back to their lockers to get a pen or a pencil, and we're not going to allow them to share either. So they're going to need to make sure that they have adequate writing utensils, that they have their textbooks, workbooks if the class has them, and of course paper. Some teachers may require other things. Math might have a calculator or a rule or protractor, something like that, but they need to make sure that they have their own. And then lastly, 7th graders tend to get in trouble because they do things without thinking. And the only thing I challenge them with, and I try to meet all of them and touch base with them, is to ask themselves the question, would Mr. Gilmore do this? And if they don't think Mr. Gilmore wouldn't do it, then they probably shouldn't do it. And I have a sign in my classroom that says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I hope that you have a good year. If you have any questions, the school website has all of the faculty members' emails. Most of them are the first letter of their first name, then their last name, then at UnionGroveOnline.com. Again, welcome to Union Grove. Some of you are returning, some of you are new, but I hope that you have a good school year. Thank you. And again, if we can be of assistance, just contact us.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Woosley. I'm the new administrator here at Union Grove Christian School. I'm excited about the upcoming year. I'm excited to be back on campus and having the students here, the teachers here. We are looking forward to a great year. I hope these orientation videos are helpful to you. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the upcoming school year. Looking forward to seeing the students and especially you as parents here at the Union Grove Christian School family. Looking forward to seeing you very soon.